Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. This one you might have seen on Instagram if you follow me on there. So again, playing in the Dina Wakley Ledger Journal. So just to be clear, for those of you that might be watching and don't know, this is a reproduction journal. It's a reprint of an old ledger, so it's not an original ledger. There's been some horror, which I completely understand. People thinking I was literally tearing up and painting in a in an actually original ledger. No, it's not. So these pages don't need any gesso. I've been finding that I can go straight in with paint. I have even tried a bit of reductive stenciling and it is quite successful without gesso as well. So you can see I'm going in with warm tones. The reason for that is I'm using that lovely sun image that is from the Antiquities collage paper, also in Dina's latest release. So here I've used Sedona, cheddar, mustard and then lemon, and I'm creating this kind of swirl of colour. Yeah, just brushing that paint around the page. And then once that's dry, I'm then going to add the image into the centre and kind of have my whole journal page radiating out from the centre part. So then I'm going in with some gel medium. I'm just going to stick that down. Of course, don't forget you can stick with white paint as well, or any colour paint in fact, because once it dries it behaves like glue. This is the burst coaster stencil from a previous release. I know there's a little bit of controversy. Some people love the coaster stencils, other people don't see the point. I like them. I think they're great. They're nice and handy sized, easy to use. This one is perfect. I find that I use this one quite a lot. When I want to draw attention to focal points on my page, this is a great way to use this stencil because you can have it pointing from or to the thing that you want to draw your eye to. Now here I'm just using my blending tool and pulling those lines right out to the edge of the page just so it kind of makes a bit more sense. I've got a bit of paint left on the sponge, so I'm creating that nice soft effect, and it's not like a really dark opaque harsh line, so it's more like rays of sun when they're breaking through the clouds. Okay, so this is the rattan coaster stencil, and I think that looks like mustard paint, maybe even cheddar, not sure. Usually when I do my stenciling, I use the same colours that I've already put down on my page, just to kind of keep that cohesiveness working before I introduce any contrast. So now I'm going back in with some more of the Antiquities collage paper, and I'm going to stick some long pieces of that on, in keeping with those marks that I've added coming out from the centre of my page. So this is just going to draw your eye out from the centre image, or in fact draw your eye in towards the centre. It'll do both, and it also connects that journaling to the edge of my page. So I'm just using ordinary gel medium. You can see how beautifully those pieces of collage paper just melt into the page when the collage medium is popped down, the gel medium, sorry. And I'm just going to use these to accentuate those rays, the marks that I've created on my page already. So next I used a mixture of scribble sticks and Neocolor 2s, using similar colours to the ones that I'd already gone in with. Obviously I had to make sure that the background was really dry before I did this, because if that collage paper wasn't, it would just kind of modge up off the page and go into a nasty mess. So I've used, it looks like ruby, tangerine, cheddar, lemon, just to get some marks on top of that painting as well. Now obviously you could go in and water activate these, but I quite like that effect with the marks there as well, and it would just soften that if you did go in and add some water with your brush over the top. It would work quite nicely. It would also be interesting to see how it would work if you pulled the brush through those marks in the direction of the rays. Of course, my dot stamp, yeah, it's a favourite. I love it. Adding some dots on there too, it's got to happen. You notice I'm putting those dots kind of quite near where the collage paper is. For me, that just is a way that I like to create a kind of bit more of a blend. It helps to blend those elements onto my page. Some white splatters because, you know, well, why wouldn't you? It's, for me, sometimes like I feel a journal page isn't finished without a few splatters here and there, and around the room, and possibly on me too. So then that gets a really good dry. Then I'm using the largest cookie cutter I've got, a little bit of black paint, and I'm just using parts of the cookie cutter, kind of rolling it round, just to create some marks, showing more direction and movement on this page. You could easily do this with a Stabilo oil pencil, water activate them, soften them, but I quite like this effect. I think this works quite well. This is also going to give me some kind of guides when I come to doing the writing. So I'm going to do my writing going round in a spiral, kind of fits with this page really. So this is going to really help that. And then of course I've got some black left, water it down, add some black splatters too. I think those are mostly going round the edge, not into the centre, because round the centre is where my text is going to be. You will notice as well that my fan brush is chopped down. That's just to try and help me control the splatters a little bit. So once they're all nice and dry, I'm going straight in with my Posca pen and writing my quote round in a spiral. Think of like a snail shell, following that shape. And it's a quote about the sun, facing the sun. Because it just kind of worked with this page with all those lovely warm colours. So I notice in Dina's Facebook group that lots of people are starting to get their hands on this journal. If you've not got it yet, I think you're going to love it. For me, I find that the background with all the ledger writing on, it gives you that starting point that, you know, there's already marks on your page, so it takes away almost that fear of a big blank page. What on earth am I going to do? Okay, so fitting my writing in, going all the way round. Often my quotes are quite big on my page and quite dominant. That's my way of kind of expressing what it is I want to say. Then I often go in, as you know, and just add some depth to one side of the letters. I think I might have started adding it on the wrong side here, but it didn't really matter, does it? It's because it was upside down, I got a bit muddled. And then I was like, does it matter? No. Is anyone going to notice? No, not unless I point it out, which I have. But anyway, that's okay. It's all good. Yeah, so I like to do this because I think it just makes those words stand out a little bit. And then, of course, if you want to push them away again, adding some white onto those letters will just help to push those back into the background. So you could go in and write over each letter with a single white line. That will just push it away again a little bit. Okay, so then I think I popped some malachite splatters on there. So I was thinking about a little pop of contrast at the end, and just adding that little pop of that kind of lovely mariney blue colour, peacock blue. It works really nicely. So that's this journal page completely finished. Lots and lots of fun. You have lots of space to work on a double page spread in this journal. It's lovely. You guys are going to love it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some inspiration, and I hope the sound is okay on this video. And I hope to see you again soon.